Hello, today we're going to talk about Rh negative blood and hypothyroidism. It is more prevalent in females than males and usually doesn't become a problem or any sort of issue until, adolescent, teenage years. For those who don't know, thyroid gland, very important. It's at the base of your neck, you can probably feel it. What is it? It's the largest part. It's the largest of a set of glands. It's also the most extensive of all the glands that get blood supply. It has the most blood supply, in other words, basically. Every 17 minutes, basically, blood supply is flowing around the thyroid gland. It controls the rate in which the body produces energy from food, and therefore has a primary effect on how energy levels, oxygen consumption, and the mobilization affect on the body. It affects organs and basically all of the body's processes. It helps increase the activity of basically all of the life of the body organs, glands and cells. It helps regulate heat by regulating the heat, the body rate production. In kids, it helps growth and brain development, and has a primary effect on determining IQ, which is quite, found that quite interesting, because a lot of Rh negative people are very intelligent, but they're not all intelligent as in, Einstein. They're intelligent in different ways. Some of them are very intuitive. Some of them see things others don't. I have a relative that we call them her friends. She actually has seen these blue spheres, which is really weird. I've never seen them myself, although I am Rh negative too. So is my family here. And they both saw this. This is not just one person seeing something, Neither of them, are on any medication or anything, so it's not like, oh well, sort of thing. Yeah, so it's very weird. They get zapped every time they go near any electrical equipment. Velvet, yeah, for me, feeling something like velvet is like agony. The feel of it is just horrible. I don't know what it is. It's not a feeling like a normal pain. It's like a different thing. Also, we have heightened senses. I'm not saying we're superheroes, I'm not saying we're aliens, because I don't think we are. We're just another part of humans, you get Chinese people, you get all different races of people, and you know what, you get different types of blood, but so demonising people like that is just a little low. But the theories, some of them do have a few foundations, like in the Bible and that. I might get into that into another video, but yeah, there are certainly some very weird effects around it. Apparently the government follow people like this. A few people have been chipped, been put into experiments. There's been so much going on around it. Experts have found, the thyroid gland exerts a profound effect through its action on mood in the brain chemistry, which is also something that I found interesting, because a lot of people with Rh negative, they have issues with their mood. 1 minute it can be happy, the next minute you can be totally down. It's like someone just sapped all of the energy out of you. You can be be completely drained, like some sort of, you know, some sort of vampire, but for energy. But yeah, a lot of people get depressed. A lot of RH negative people get very depressed. So yeah, I think maybe that plays a part, which is why I've mentioned the thyroid gland in this video. It also plays a vital role in the immune function. All the blood in the body passes through the thyroid gland every 17 minutes. So every 17 minutes, every bit of your blood is going through that thyroid gland. So, you know, every bit of your blood is touching it every 17 minutes. That's quite interesting. I didn't know that before. I've had to research that. So basically, one of the things that it does is it has an affinity for iodine. The gland also has a secretion of iodine, which helps fight off, you know, like viruses, anything bad that gets in your body, that sort of thing. And then you have your white blood cells and that fights that sort of thing. But also your thyroid gland does the same thing. I think with RH negative people, this does this more. So perhaps this is the reason that we don't get sick as much. But we do get sick in an empathic way, which is hard to explain. It's like, if I hear that, you know, the next door neighbours are really sick with something bad, I will automatically be like, oh no, I'm sick too, sort of thing. It's more like, what do you call them, when people always think they're sick but they're not, that sort of thing. But yeah, yeah, that'd be an empathic sort of thing. But I actually, touch wood, never get sick that often, thank God. So yeah, maybe it's something to do with that. And oh, one thing that I forgot to mention was with the thyroid gland, this actually, what I'm talking about actually is more about females than males. Yeah, I mean, males can experience this too, but it's much more females. I don't know why. There's not a lot of information out there on why. There's just, you know, a fact here and there, which I'm trying to bring to you as much as possible. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, like I said, it fights any illness and that may have got into your body through like a cut or something like that. If you're in the UK and you've watched Coronation Street or something lately, you will have noticed the little boy in it. He got a scratch playing football and he got ill the next day, and they were like, oh, he's probably just, you know, not wanting to go to school. Within a few hours he's in hospital and he's lost his leg. Why? Because his immune system couldn't take it, you know, and that was just from a scratch. So apparently his body couldn't fight it off. So yeah, maybe that, you know. So we are very lucky that we have that. Yeah, and each time, like I say, it passes through every 17 minutes, and each time it passes through, it actually like gives it a beating each time it goes through, like a little fight against, you know, the good guys and the bad guys in your body, until eventually it defeats it, clears it, and your thyroid gland goes back to its normal level of iodine. So yeah, there's a few things to think about there. How the thyroid gland in RH negative people plays quite a big part to us. I mean, it's helping us with our immune system, it's helping us with our moods and brain chemistry, although I wouldn't say that it helps me too much with that. If anything, I'd say it goes the other way. But then on the other hand, it does make me a little bit more I mean, I'm not saying I'm an empath, but if someone's around me is like sad or angry, for example, suddenly I'm really angry. or if someone's really happy, like suddenly I'm in that same sort of realm. But, you know, apparently that comes from this sort of thing. So I'm going to look into it a bit more, but this was just a small video on Rh negative blood and, you know, thyroid glands. So I hope you found that interesting. Just a small, like I said, just a small video. Prettier picture for you this time. Like I said, I haven't got my laptop. This is very low budget. It's literally just information for you. I'm not giving you no fancy pictures. No, oh look at this, and you know, like Hollywood does. Oh look at the magic sort of stuff. No, none of that bull. It's just literally facts. That's all it is. Maybe as I go along, I'll probably try and make it a bit more fun for you. If any of this, you know, happens to you, especially the blue light thing, because I found that really weird, and the battery draining, and, you know, touching electrical items and being zapped and stuff. Any of that happens to you, comment, you know, it's great. I think it's really good that all of the Rh negative people, you know, stick together, because the rest of the people who don't have Rh negative, not all of them, some of them are great, but a lot of them are making out videos like we're shape-shifting reptoids or whatever, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous. If I was some sort of shape-shifting reptoid that I could puppet around politicians, believe me, right, in England, Theresa May would not be Prime Minister. Definitely not. And if I was some sort of alien with real powers that I could actually control, yeah, or some sort of witch, like some of these videos make out, well, yeah, there'd be a lot of changes in the world, but all for the better. I would never bad stuff. You know, I do argue and fight against things that I think isn't right. Yeah, who doesn't? But, you know, if I did have magic powers, I'd be making the world a better place. And seeing as, you know, well, look around. Nobody's got magic powers here. There's just a bunch of in charge. So, yeah, that's all. So, yeah, sorry, that was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. A little bit of a rant at the end there. So, yeah, the videos I will try to make better. This is only my second video, so, yeah. A lot of Rh negative information has come to me recently. I'm going to try and get as much as that out, and then we're going to go into other things about what's going on, you know, in the world that they won't report on the news, because, hey, today in the UK, what's the main news? 2 people on Love Island from last year, they're still together, because we need to know that. We don't need to know how Brexit's going. We don't need to know how the war's going in Syria, or what the hell is going on in Syria, which we have no idea. We don't need to know none of that, yeah? All we need to know, oh, there was a book out on Donald Trump, I mean, from someone that he sacked, so it's like, yeah, you've got credibility now, because who gets sacked, yeah, and then is nice about their boss? No, yeah, this guy's just trying to make money off him. It's ridiculous, yeah, and that's news, apparently. So, yeah, yeah, you deserve to know real things, real facts, and you're not going to get that sort of thing at school. Maybe you'll get it here. Well, I'm going to try and get it to you here, so that's that. Okay. In America, I suppose it's night time for you, so good night to you. And good day to people in England. Australia, I have no idea with the rest of the time zones. But I will look them up so I can say hello and good night to you all in the next videos. Okay, right, so I'm going to say goodbye before the end of 15 minutes is finished. Okay, have a nice day, everyone. Bye.